You're listening to Support Creative Souls podcast, highlighting and supporting inspiring creatives, plus a few shoe stories to help kick up your innovative journey. Hosted by me, Stefani V.
What's up, everybody? We are here at Support Creative Souls. We co-work space in downtown Houston, which has become our lovely home. We're so excited about the new year, the new blessings we had, and I'm especially excited about our new guests. And this is Miss Kim Roxie with LAMIK Beauty. Yay. Kim, introduce yourself. I'm so happy that we've been trying to get Kim on this podcast for a while, but let me tell you, this is a busy woman. Busy and successful woman, I should say. So tell us a little bit about you and tell us, please, what LAMIK stands for.
Yeah, so I'm Kim Roxie, K-I-M-R-O-X-I-E, and I am your friend. And
yeah, she is first my friend.
Let me just say that you have been amazing in 2018 to so many people and to everyone around you. So thank you for being a sweetheart.
Yes.
Not only did your fiance get a sweetheart, but you got a sweetheart too, so thank you. I'm the founder of LAMIK Beauty, and LAMIK is actually an acronym.
Yes.
So it's spelled L-A-M-I-K, and it stands for Love and Makeup and Kindness. Love and Makeup and Kindness. And so I would like to say that, yeah, I just thought of that one day, but
that's creative.
Exactly.
It's like they just come from the heavens and down.
You know, these wonderful affirmations just bomb me. But actually what happened was I was in college, needed a job coming out of college, and was having my come to Jesus crying moment, like what am I about to do? Yeah. And I saw this vision for LAMIK, and actually it was Kim spelled backwards.
Oh.
And it was
I feel like I've heard you tell the story.
Yeah, and it was the LA from my middle name. My middle name is Lakeisha. So I took the love from there and then put it in front of the Kim, and I had never been to LA before, so it just all made sense to me. I was like, love me. Yeah, that's what I mean, L-A-M-I-K.
I love it.
And but when I opened up my store and was selling my products, nobody asked me what LAMIK stood for. People would just say, oh, LAMIK, that's a nice name. So this was like 2004 when I opened up my store. And then I started to, people started to wear my makeup in different places. And so then I had got the opportunity to go to this retail development program at Macy's. And I was in there with the buyers, and they were interested in, carrying some of my products. And they were like, what does LAMIK stand for? And in that moment, I could not say Kim spelled backwards, right? it wouldn't even come out my mouth. I was just like, and I literally looked at her like, and she was like, so yeah, tell me what does it stand for? And I was like, love and makeup and kindness. I mean, literally, that
was quick. I would have taken maybe, well, let me think. Actually, can I get back to you with that question? Because it hasn't really, my creative team is thinking of it.
Exactly. So, it's one of those things that, just kind of came to me in that moment, and it was my saving grace that spoke up for me, and I said that, and I feel like that was really my purpose, speaking up for me, took up for me in that moment.
Like,
it's like love and makeup and kindness. That's what it is.
She is the epitome of that name. She has love, she has makeup, and she's the most kindest person I've ever, spiritually kind and encouraging person I've ever met.
Oh, thank you.
So for you to have thought of that, it fits you perfectly.
Yeah.
So let's go into a little bit about, so we know what LAMIK stands for, and people, I know a lot of people, they see you as a business leader. I see you as a business leader, as a fellow entrepreneur.
Okay.
But I know that you also see yourself as a servant. And can you elaborate a little bit more on that as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so like when you're an entrepreneur, you're in the community. You're not just trying to sell to the community. Now that we're online a lot, now we're talking about build communities. But we live in communities. We're part of communities. And so serving is just like regular. Like I grew up in church serving and working for free and, helping people and doing this to make sure an organization ran properly.
Right.
And so for me, services, it's just like normal. It's like just regular.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with purpose.
Yeah.
And I feel like I say this all the time, is like once you found your passion.
Mm-hmm.
It's finding passion with purpose
Mm-hmm.
and giving that purpose. And I know like you help a lot of women who who've struggled with breast cancer. You've done their makeup, and you know, being able to put your passion with purpose and serving gives you that feeling of like, I'm actually doing something instead of just selling makeup and wanting people to buy it.
Yeah, definitely. And being able to use, like we've raised, I've led a team who's raised like $200,000 for uninsured women to get mammograms. So this literally has been, but that $200,000 represents people's lives.
Right.
Mammograms at the time it cost about $200 to about $220 a piece. So we're talking about 1,000 women who've been able to get mammograms because of what we've raised since 2014. So being able then to do the makeovers and do the beauty revelations and all that, that's just icing on the cake to that. But you know, it's been pretty amazing. And to be honest with you, I tried at the end of this year, I don't know where some of your rituals, Steph, at the end of the year, but at the end of the year, I tried this year like to sort of, because I was starting to feel kind of, you know how you start to be like, I don't know, maybe nobody else ever gets this way, but
I'm sure everybody. I'm sure. I know what you're about to say, but I'm sure.
I started to look at like, what did I really do this year?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, did I really even do anything?
Like, I'm scrolling back to my pictures, like, was that memorable? Was that?
So you start taking like an inventory, should we say? But what happens is, if you approach it and you start trying to prove it, it can go negative, right? And so I started to do something, you know, in that moment, say, just write it down. Start writing down what you did month by month. Go back to your calendar, go back and look, and it had more to do with whose life did you impact. When I write stuff down, I'm not just saying like how many sales did I make. I'm writing down like what actually happened. What did I change, anything actually happened. And when I started to go through, I mean, I got to March and I got tired. I stopped.
Dang.
I mean, literally,
I need to start doing that.
I literally stopped because that ungratefulness that started to want to start to rock me totally went away. Because it's like, for me, you know, my God had to show me like, look at all these things that happened. All these things that happen.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people get mistaken in that they have to be monumental events or successful events or things that are post-worthy, Facebook-worthy,
Forbes or whatever.
And I have a girlfriend too. I'm like, you know, she's like, oh, I can't wait till I'm happy as soon as, you know, just as everyone else. I was like, girl, I can't wait to be as successful as you have been successful this year.
Don't even realize it.
I think we always think, like, you know, the grass is always greener because this, and social media has done that to us, you know.
We're all learning how to live in a social media world.
Right. And be content where we are in life, you know, and know that everyone's journey, everyone's time is different, everyone's success is different.
Remember when you used to like, you know, you remember when you used to have to call people on the phone to find other people's business? You know what I mean? Like, you know, like you would like have a conversation and you would hear that such and such is happening, such and such, and you go, oh man, and you know, that jealousy thing maybe pop up or something, but it was only like, you have to like, for a split second, and you have to like search for the information. Now it's like on your timeline, just like, you like, slapping you in the face every day, like,
you're not doing enough, you're not doing enough. Your outfits aren't on point. Your shoe game is
nothing. You know, they're living a fabulous life and you're over there struggling with whatever, you know, a condition that you're going through. Or,
I told my fiance, and I'm like, I just want to go and live on a farm and have a garden. He's like, first of all, you can't. You don't have a green thumb, and you don't really like animals, so get over that. You know, like you just get so boggled down with everything. Just like, I just want to throw everything away.
Yes.
Anyway, so tell me a little bit. Where did this entrepreneurial spirit come from? You know, like I think of. I've always had it, but haven't toned on it until like after college. But like for you,
because you have family business.
Yeah, and you know, just the music and everything, but I didn't really know that I had that until I went to college, you know, until I could figure things out a bit more. But where did this come from? Have you always had it?
My entrepreneurial spirit, I believe that entrepreneurship is a spirit. I believe that it's a mindset. And so I think that it's been cultivated since I was young. When my dad, I was in piano lessons, And my dad was like, okay, so now you're gonna play the piano at church. You know, so now I'm a musician. You know, I got a couple pianos, I'm a musician. You know, I started playing piano at 7. You know, it's like,
sounds like my
he's
dad.
like, Mary had a little lamb. That's a gospel song. Okay, right. I mean, like literally the church is singing Mary had a little lamb. And he told me that the lamb was Jesus. So, you know, it's just like, you know, I think that, you know, it's been cultivated since a young age to be bold and to think that you have talent and to stop, you know, and you have it, and you know, just do it and don't be afraid, and don't worry about being laughed at or whatever, you know.
And that kind of goes into my next question, is like, have you ever been shy to ask for knowledge? You know, it's like, I was growing up, I mean, you may not know it now, but I really took the side road because I was shy to be the first person to do things. I was shy to ask what could I do. And one, it had because I always felt like I was different and didn't know how to really like tone in on that. And two, because I was a female and didn't, you know, it was like the guys always took control. And then, you know, so growing up with, I'm sure, women in your family and people that made you, like, have you ever been shy to ask for knowledge, seek the knowledge?
Actually, being young, never was shy. You talk to a girl who opened up a store at Sharpstown Mall at 21. I wasn't shy.
Right.
What happened to me is, what I'm realizing actually is, as I get older, I have to fight the fear of shyness. I have to actually, and it's funny because you go, especially about shy of knowledge. Yeah. So what happens is, people already assume you know something based on previous successes.
Right.
But where the world is moving and how fast it moves, it's knowledge that you don't have. Yes. And then you're shy to go ask because people are kind of like, oh, you need that? Like, you're like,
Well, and you and I are in the same boat because, you know, you are in the midst of relaunch. You have relaunched LAMIK this time. I've been trying to relaunch 𝗟𝗡𝗩𝗘𝗟𝗡𝗟𝗡𝗟 salsa, and, you know, from what I started with business, I'm not business, I've never been business savvy, which is a flaw, you know, but then people come in and you said something at the book release party, I can't remember, like, whatever I was doing before, I'm not doing now. So whoever I knew before that really kind of didn't know me, I'm not calling them now. Like, I'm now is whoever is new and what's going to take me to a higher place. And I think about that all the time. It's right, you know, you've got to do things different and find that knowledge.
And so then you have to fight the shyness. Sometimes we associate shyness with just young, you know, like immaturity. You know, like, oh, she's shy. No, as you get older, the whole point of shy for knowledge, like, you have to, I'm learning now, no matter what, we all have the opportunity to reinvent, revamp, restore, refresh, I mean, all of that stuff.
And I think you also have learned too that there's people that are out there that want to help.
Yes.
That want to help.
Most definitely.
And support you.
Most
as
definitely.
Well. Just outside of the people that we already know are going to help and support us. You know? Kind of help and support to take you to level. You know, this whole episode was called leveling up. So I'm getting to that, like, you know, that help you level up.
But you get to the point of that you have to go through more. I'm in an accelerator right now that I'm doing online, and you know, I know that that's what I need to. So we started our soft relaunch, but now we're going to go into our full relaunch in March. And so I know this is something I need to help me to finish that.
Right.
Last year I finished 5 programs, one pre-accelerator, a pre-tech accelerator. I finished a venture capital backed tech accelerator.
Oh, I need to do that.
I did an accelerator at UT. I did an accelerator at the Ivy League school, Dartmouth, Tuck Business School in New Hampshire. And I did a business challenge. I did 5 programs last year. Like, I knew that it was time to re-engineer, and I needed tools to do that, put in my toolbox.
And I think people think that, I have this degree and I've done this and that, but like, you always need to take a step back and figure out what else can I do to help get me to the next level. Exactly. And I look at you as a role model for that because you are doing that, and it speaks in what your product is about to, you know, I've seen the brow kit, and I've seen the marketing tools that you're using, so it really is protruding through what you're doing, and that, you know, those were, another question was like, what are some key things that help you, you know, level up? So, you know, let's move on to what are some lessons learned from, well, I guess we spoke about this too, like from early career that may have prepared you for now, you know?
I think that, you know, some lessons learned is that the number one lesson that I have to keep in mind as you refresh is that you've done it before.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you've done it before. You have gotten to the top of the game on something before. So I mean, you can do it again.
Right.
You can do it again. Yeah. You know, and sometimes I have to whisper that to myself. I you know, you'd be surprised. I'm telling you, I have to whisper to myself, you can do it again. You know, and it's that type of thing that sort of keeps me going. Man, I've had some crazy hard lessons. You know, I mean, crazy hard lessons. Some that sometimes they even happen internally. And I think that that's a place as women, a lot of times we have to sort of acknowledge because, you know, women think a lot. And we overthink, and we, you know, and so it's a lot of things happening internally.
Yes, I know.
Not even exterior. You know, it's all up in here. You know,
and that's what, you know, for women, a lot of women, that's what holds us back. Like when I talk to a lot of people about, I want to start this business, but I gotta, it sinks back in like, so, but I've always wanted to try, but I don't know, you know. So
you're right about the expression.
Yeah, it is. It's that inner voice, and even us, like your entrepreneurs, you're right. Like every day, I'm like, should I really keep doing it? Like, I'm tired. You know, it isn't going out. Like this salsa, I don't want to sell any more salsa some days. You know, and then somebody will come and buy 4 bottles, and I'm like,
and they're like, I love this stuff. Please don't stop making it.
Yes, exactly.
Even though the conversation you had with yourself earlier that day, it happens to me all the time. and that's all, you know, even with music, like, I don't want to keep singing. Like, I love singing, it's my first passion, and then somebody will come in, so when you coming out with a new song, let's watch you writing down singing, maybe I need to keep singing, you know? It's a constant struggle. But, So what has been the most rewarding moment for you? And this is for me, this is a hard question. I don't know about for you, but what has been the most rewarding moment or process? Or? To me that could be a hard question because I don't know if my rewarding moment is exciting enough. So, because what you would probably, if you just Google me or something and you start to look up the things that I've done and things that have happened, I'm like, that's fine, that might be, but I don't know. To me, just a rewarding thing is, you know, I was told, so I started the business initially at 21, making these eco-friendly, natural, and I know that word sometimes can be overused, so I like to even talk about what we're free of, parabens, talc, free of those type of ingredients. This is what we call now, the word that you'll see a lot in our branding is clean makeup. So creating this clean makeup line, you have to remember that in my 20s was my time of doing all of that.
Right.
So I was just like working, going here, flying over here, always working. So I remember going for one of my yearly, you know, women's annual with the gynecologist, and I was trying to get to my late 20s, and he was like, yeah, so you need to get pregnant because, you know, you're having fibroids, right? And so, you know, and you have these fibroids, you know, you're probably not gonna be able to have kids if you don't have kids now. I mean, he was saying this, and I wasn't.
And you leave the gynecologist.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay. Like, so, but then he started to put an idea in my head that, I'll just maybe be that woman who doesn't have kids.
Right.
You know, they're helping you to make like life-altering decisions in your head.
Girl,
based on that. So then I just leave, and I'm just like, okay, go back the next year for the and so you don't let's do that because this is
my God, like
this is it.
I've had this exact story.
Like this is a wrap for you. You're like, you know, like this is it. When you want to get pregnant, you have to get your metro, you're gonna have to get it. All right, so you know, you leave,
Mom would always be prepared to wait for a call from me after I would leave because,
and I met your mom, she's so good. And your mom sort of reminded me of mine. So you know, that thing, my mom like, girl, prayer still works. Just don't pay no attention. You keep living your life, girl. You live, you know, like this whole thing. And so mom ended up developing breast cancer. And that was 2011. At the same time I found out that our products were going inside of Macy's. So again, back to what people look at as rewarding, I might not look at this the same. So that moment in my life wasn't so like, right, because we were going through something else. So that's the reason why I say perspective. Will make a change on anything.
Yeah.
And so somebody might be looking at that rewarding, like getting our brand inside of Macy's, you know, which was very hard to do at that time. But to me, it was just like kind of, I gotta check on this.
Right.
So mom had breast cancer, went through that. Mom ended up passing in 2014. And my husband and I looked at each other maybe a month after mom passed. Because he was very close to my husband as well. My mom was very close to my husband. And we looked at each other and we said, we're getting married. No proposal, no, no. We just looked at each other. And I mean, literally at the same time, we looked at each other's eyes and just, let's get married. Yeah, we get married. And so.
And your mom said, like, God, y'all.
That's what y'all got to do. You know,
done
wait. Exactly. Yeah, you ready to go?
I can hear my mom. I know that's what my grandma's saying right now. Like, geez.
Yeah, exactly. So we got married. No real planned wedding, but it all came together perfectly. That's a whole nother show for me to even talk about. The way that it just came together.
Yeah.
So we got married on this ranch out in Montgomery County, and we get married. I mean, not to give too much information, but it's just fun to know. I mean, when I got married, it was my time of month, so no extra stuff. You know what I mean? So just waiting.
God,
and that part really mattered because me and my husband actually went celibate for 4 years before we got married, and so that's the reason why that is so pivotal. Because I was like, oh, this is the night we get it cracking, and so I was like, no, not now. And so that finally finished, and I mean literally the next month, I'm sitting there. It's like my husband's like, go get a pregnancy test. I think you're pregnant. And I mean, literally, I'm pregnant, and so, and within the same year we got married, we had a baby. It was 3 now. So I'm just saying that to say that, that was my most rewarding thing because, and I take that as a life lesson, is, not to talk down on the doctor or anything, but what man says has nothing to do with what God is going to do in your life. You know what I'm saying? So, like, where I was literally, and again, I could have just went right on down that road with him, and just got any man to satisfy that.
Let me tell you,
to do that, to get the baby, right? But is it just the baby? Is the reward? Or,
it is. And a lot of women need to hear this story because a lot of women are going down that road, and as me as well, I have been down that road, and I could have done the same thing. Mom was already trying to find me donors, because the doctor was like, oh, well. So what are you thinking? Like, your ovary's about to die. You're about to die. And so, you leave there thinking like, and mind you, I mean, I just got married, but I'm on that same level of, and so is he. Okay, so we're gonna go into something. This is Support Creative Souls, which has to do about shoes. You're a fashionista, so can we just get a cute shoe shot like that? You get a shoe shot. These are some nice black heels. I'm rocking the Adidas sneaks, today, trying to be casual. So what kind of shoes make you feel super Kim? Are they stilettos, sneakers?
It's funny because it probably matters who made the shoe versus.
Oh God!
Versus,
are you getting off?
Versus, what type of shoe? Yeah.
So you're like a designer, like a Louis.
Well, no, I'm more into meaning. So the shoes I have on today are by Kamika Hampton. She's a local designer.
Okay.
Out of Houston.
Okay, can I get a pair?
Yes. Kamika, we need to get Stefani.
They are nice.
Thank you. She actually was one of my customers, one of my clients, and when she developed her shoe line,
we'll have to get you on the show.
Yeah, we need to get on the show.
Shoe designer.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Kamika has to get on the show.
Cute.
Kamika has to get on the show. So I got these shoes. Actually, I bidded for these shoes. So her shoes, she had donated some shoes for a charity event, and I bid it on it, but I won, so I was excited.
Cute.
And I love them. They're my favorite shoes. I can dress them up, dress them down. I have so much fun with them. Suede plus patent leather. I mean,
I know. And it goes great with your dress.
Yeah, and then it comes up the back.
Yeah, that detail is nice.
And so that's what gets me excited. So it's, to be honest with you, I'm really not into designers who don't give back to my community. So it's more about consciousness versus me. Yeah,
I love it. Okay, so last question, and this has to do with, we're looking for mentors. You're a perfect mentor for our Follow My Feet program here. For people for young people who want to be creatives and who want to go into makeup beauty business. I mean, we're there. You're always supporting the youth. But our question is, what would you tell a young creative who's currently in your place 5 years ago?
A young creative that was currently in my place 5 years ago. 5 years ago was 2014.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like 2019.
Okay. 5 years ago. Oh wow. Well, a creative that was in my space 5 years ago. Yeah.
I mean, it could be 5 words or less.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay to start over. I mean, I think that's just what I do.
Thank God. Yes, a lot of people need to know that. Like, I've been there, and we've all started over, and I think people think that failure is the end, and starting over, being able to start over is success in itself, and a lot of people don't see that. So I'm glad you said that. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us at Support Creative Souls here at We Co-Work in Houston, Texas. I want to give a shout out to my sponsors, Fragrances of Wine. Check them out online, fragrancesofwine.com. There's different, sorry, I have something in my throat. Check them out on fragrancesofwine.com. They're also on Instagram. Also, Comida Caliente Salsa, which I forgot to bring the bottle today, but filming. So, yes, and if you want to be a mentor for the Follow My Feet program, email me at info@stefanivara.com. And you want to do a quick social media shout out?
Yeah.
Step
step onto our Facebook and our Instagram at LAMIK Beauty, LAMIK Beauty, and give us some feedback.
Yeah, go get the new brow kit, guys.
Please.
It's awesome. Okay, thanks so much. See you next time. Besos.
That's all for Support Creative Souls podcast. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for next time and make sure and follow us on social media at Support Creative Souls.